Story is a 2015 film that was directed by Rupert Gold. And I just got back from screening for this movie. The plot is we meet Jonah Hill, who plays this real person, Michael Finkel, who is a reporter for the New York Times, and he's doing pretty well for himself. He just landed his 9th, or is it 10th, straight cover story. And he's on cloud 9 until they find out that he might have fabricated some of the details and the names and certain important things that go into his story that make it seem not as valid as it was supposed to be. So he gets fired, and he's at an all-time low until he finds out that this guy, Christian Longo, played by James Franco, has been caught by the police for allegedly killing his wife and his 3 kids. But when he fled the country, he was using his name, Michael Finkel. He was pretending to be him. Why? Well, Jonah Hill goes to talk to him, interview him, while he's in prison, while he's going through his trial, to find out. Now, what I thought of True Story was, it's hard to say I liked the movie, because I guess at the end of the day I did like the movie, right? But it was such an uncomfortable, it was such a dark, it was a lot of things in the film that made me feel uneasy. I'm sure that was the point. The fact that it is based on a true story makes it even more eerie. But also you have James Franco and Jonah Hill, the 2 big leads of this movie. And when you think of these 2 actors, what do you think of? Comedy, funny. Not to say that they haven't ever done serious movies. Obviously they have. Jonah Hill has even been nominated twice for an Oscar. James Franco's been nominated once. So they're capable of this. But I feel like it's been so long, especially for Franco, to see him in like such a serious movie, that there's even moments in the film where I don't know if they are purposely putting humor in it, but the interaction between them, there's some moments where like the audience in the screening laughed at moments, and I was kind of so uneasy by the whole plot and what was going on that I wasn't sure it was supposed to be funny at those moments, but they still laughed. I want to talk about James Franco because I like him as an actor. I like him in comedies, and I liked when he did 127 Hours. Serious. This one's a different level, though, of serious. I mean, he's playing a guy who is accused of killing his whole family. His 3 little kids, his wife, and there's moments when you look at him, the look on his face, his eyes, his mannerisms, and you go like, yeah, there's something off with this guy. And you look at the evidence, you hear the evidence, and you're like, there's no way he didn't do this, right? How else could this have happened? But then he has other moments where he's charming. He lures you in. He does make you think, fuck, maybe he didn't do it. Maybe he was framed, or maybe something happened, or maybe you want to believe him that he's innocent. You have Jonah Hill, who I think he did alright. He was very subdued, very monotone, sort of like, I wish he was a little bit more animated, a little bit more into it, and not being like goofy, because that's not what this movie really was. But I would have liked some more energy in his performance. I did like the scenes that he had with, was it his girlfriend or his wife? Played by Felicity Jones, who I first saw her in The Amazing Spider-Man 2, which is usually how this goes, right? Usually when I see an actor or an actress in like a superhero movie, I sort of go, okay, I kind of want to follow this person's career now, see what they do next. She was nominated for an Oscar last year, and now she's in this movie. I liked her. I liked her a lot. And just the whole mystery behind this, because at first I'm thinking there's not much of a mystery. I think it's obvious what's going on. But then you start to wonder. Then you get to the trial, and watching the trial take place, watching Franco talk about the events that happened. That was very intense, and that was very just, I admit I was very fascinated to see where this played out, where this went. And so for that, I enjoyed it. It's just, it's a dark movie. It's a depressing movie. It's filled with a lot of messed up images. Seeing or just the thought of a father doing this to his little kids, and they're so young, and it was hard. It was hard to watch. I got a similar feeling from when I went to the screening for Prisoners a couple of years ago. That movie was more intense though, so maybe this wasn't as tough to watch as that was, but still, this was there. My rating, I'm gonna give it a matinee. I mean, you could clearly rent it and watch it at home and enjoy it like that, but I think as far as how well done it was and how impressed I was for seeing Franco and Jonah Hill do a movie like this together. So for that, I think it's worth a matinee. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments below if you're at all interested in checking out True Story. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.